Hello, Cancer, and welcome to this, your November 1st through November 15th reading and predictions. Happy New Year to each and every one of you. Yes, happy Samhain, happy Halloween, however you want to refer to it. Right now is a beautiful time of the year. Right now is the time when the veil begins to thin. And for those of you who are interested in mediumship, whether you are developing your own mediumship practice or whether you are consulting with mediums and psychics, right now is the most beautiful time of the year, because right now is the easiest time of the year to be able to do this kind of work. So, a couple of things for those of you who are new here. A very warm welcome to each and every one of you. And for those of you who are new here, thank you for continuing to support my little channel. If this video resonates with you, please consider giving a like and subscribing to my channel. Also, I am coming to you from Texas. I am currently just outside of Waco. So any of you who happen to be in the Texas area, if you can put 3, 4, 5 friends together and want to have a psychic party or have a reading in person with me, I'm more than willing to travel as far north as Dallas or as far south as San Antonio if there are minimum 4 people who want a reading. So I will leave all of my contact information down below. Okay, Cancers, let's get going with your reading. Let's have a quick peek at where you're at now. Oh, we've got cards flying out already. This is going to be an exciting reading. What's going on with Cancer leading into Halloween, Samhain, the new year, leading into November of 2023. Okay. All right. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Wow, we've got 5 cards that have come out here. So let's have a look at what we've got going on. Okay. We've got you living moment to moment. This is the card that is the 2 of Rainbows, also known as the 2 of Pentacles. This is a card of being present in what you are doing and being receptive to that which you are doing. This is the equivalent to the Queen of Cups. So, the Queen of Cups is the emotional queen. She is the queen that calls us to really pay attention to our emotions at this time. And the best way to be in touch with our emotions, of course, is to live in the present moment. We have the Master here. Now, the Master card in the Osho Zen Tarot is an extra card, Cancer. This card does not appear in the traditional tarot. Traditional tarot has 78 cards. The Osho Zen has 79. We have this card here. This card here is the card that represents us coming into ourselves, coming into full awareness, full fruition of who we are and what our life purpose is. With that, it brings an intensity to our lives. So out of all of this, what do we recognize? What do we get out of all of this, Cancer? We get abundance. Now, the abundance card does not always refer to financial abundance. It's not always about money. Abundance is about recognizing the people that we have in our lives and how they affect our lives in a positive way. Abundance is about recognizing that we have food on the table. Abundance is about recognizing and acknowledging the shelter that we have from either the Texas heat or from the Canadian cold. I'm familiar with both. So, Cancer, at this time, what these cards are telling me is that you are stepping up and stepping into your life purpose. You are recognizing what your life purpose is. And in so doing, it is going to bring on some intensity in your life, but ultimately it will bring you to a place of being very abundant. Now, I do want to recognize, or I do want to point out that you are not the first zodiac sign this month to have the abundance card in this particular placement in your reading. Some of the other signs have had this card in the placement in their reading, this placement in their reading as well, which is an indication that a lot of people right now are coming into realizing what their life purpose is, and coming into this recognition that life on planet Earth can be abundant. And unfortunately, many of us have been led to believe our entire lives that it is about lack, and it's about me first, and it's about I need more, more, more. And the reality is that when we sit in a place of acceptance of where we are and that place of gratitude for what we have, when we are receptive with this queen, when we are receptive to and acknowledge that planet Earth is a very abundant place. And we are all meant to live in abundance, not just a few people up at the top. That is when we come into our true mastery of our lives. But like I said, that brings the intensity, that realization, that pit in the bottom of our stomachs when we recognize that we have been deceived. We have been misled. We have been led to believe that we have to fight our way to the top, that we have a concept of some people are entitled to more and some people are entitled to less. When we recognize that this is the way that all humans were supposed to be living, that the universe is an abundant place, magic happens in that place, Cancer. And what these cards are telling me is that you are coming into this realization right now. You're recognizing this in your own world. You are practicing gratitude on a regular basis. And in so doing, you are manifesting more of this. And I know some of you right now are tempted to shut this video off and gone, she's gone airy fairy out there like wonky, and this is not resonating with me. Trust me when I say, when you live in a place where you believe that tomorrow will bring you more lack, then tomorrow will bring you more lack. When you live in a place where you recognize that the universe is abundance, this planet is abundance, that you can manifest more. And when you recognize it's not just about the balance in your bank account, that's when the magic happens. And I know that's an extremely hard concept, especially if you're going to bed tonight thinking, how am I going to feed my child tomorrow? How am I going to clothe myself tomorrow? I don't have enough for this. I don't have enough for that. If you are in that position, I'm not telling you airy fairy, and I'm not telling you like it's going to manifest tomorrow and all of a sudden you're going to have $1 million in your bank account. Don't get me wrong, Cancer. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is slowly but surely, as you practice gratitude and are grateful for what you have on a very deep level, on a very emotional level, because that's what I said here, this queen represents our emotions. When we truly feel gratitude, there is a magic that begins to happen, and it doesn't happen overnight, Cancer. Unfortunately, it just doesn't, but it does accelerate, and it will come faster and faster as you practice being in the moment, practice feeling that emotion, that when you do actually receive love, receive a hug, when you receive acknowledgement from your boss, even though you're miserable in your job, if that's your case, and you think that you're not being paid enough for the job that you're doing and so on. But when you receive that little nugget, practice that gratitude, and that snowballs. All right, let's have a look at what you are focusing on at this time. I am getting called back to the same deck, to the Ocho Zen deck. Let's see what Cancer is focusing on for the first half of November. I do have one card here that's been wanting to come out. Yes. All right. Here is another key to bringing about more abundance into your life. And it's the playfulness card. This is a card of taking action and bringing play into what you do. Laugh. Instead of watching these serious videos about the end of the world and World War III and about the cabal and about all of these other things, why not watch some comedy for a little bit? Part of what Hollywood is intended to do is to suspend our disbelief for a time. Dig deep into that right now, Cancer. Laughter actually helps to heal. And I do sense, I sense right now, Cancer, that a lot of you need healing. There's a lot of pain and discomfort happening for a lot of you right now. But the answers, I do believe, are in the cards right now, with gratitude, with abundance, with playfulness, with laughter. I think many of you right now have forgotten about a lot of that, and you've allowed a lot of weight to come in, and it's weighing down on your shoulders. And I think that playfulness is going to help you to change and shift. I think the shift is a big thing for you right now, Cancer. Let's see. Nope, I'm getting told to go over here instead. All right. Let's have a look at what's challenging you at this time. Relationships. Relationships are challenging you at this time. Yeah. You're on a different page from the people around you. You've awakened. That Master card that came up that we just talked about has awakened in you so that you are seeing things from a different perspective. You are seeing things from a bigger perspective. And you're also seeing, like I said, that the lines that we've been fed, the narrative we've been fed, the stories we've been told aren't true. And that is causing a rift in some of your relationships. Now, this is the Lover's card. The Lover's card is not just about romantic relationships, Cancer, but this is one of your challenges this 2.5 weeks, the first half of November, is going to be to work out challenges with your partner, with your roommates, with your family, with your workmates. And part of the solution is right here and what you're focusing on, this playfulness card. The more that you can laugh and joke and be playful, the less impact relationship issues are going to have on you. And I'm not talking about, there is nothing here indicating the drastic termination or end to a relationship in any way, shape, or form. There is nothing indicated like that here, Cancer. So don't be going, I don't want to lose my boyfriend, whatever. That's not what I'm saying here. What I am saying is that there are some speed bumps in the road because you are growing, you are changing, you are being different, and that is affecting the people that are around you. We are mirrors. So if someone comes into our life and we're going, I don't like that person and their energy was kind of icky, we need to look at ourselves. What is it that we're projecting out there that brought that person to us that is giving us that ick feeling? We are mirrors. And so as you change and you recognize this abundance, for people that haven't seen the bigger picture yet, Cancer, there may be a little bit of sandpaper in the relationships right now. Like I said, there's nothing in here that's indicating tower moments, devil moments, death card moments, nothing like that. What this is indicating is that there's some sandpaper in some of your relationships as you change, shift, and grow, and you step up into this master level. your relationships will also change, shift, and grow. And that's exactly what's happening with this sandpaper sense that I'm getting right now. Let's have a look and see what the universe would like you to hear for a message right now. Apparently there's no messages. Oh, there they are. Oh my goodness. All right. In your difficult influences, you have the Lover's card indicating that there's some sandpaper happening in some of your relationships right now. The reason that that's happening is because there's not enough playfulness and laughter in your relationships, but also because you are stepping up and stepping into this role of master, and you have recognized the true abundant nature of the universe, of our planet, of our existence. And one of the messages that the universe wants you to hear right now is release toxic relationships. Now, like I said, I'm not seeing here that there is this huge explosive ending to a romantic relationship or a huge closure to a familial relationship. But this is indicating that if there is a relationship around you that you perceive as being somewhat toxic, you are intended to let it go at this time. When that person begins their ascension and their path towards being the master and so on, dimes to dollars, there will probably be a reignition of that friendship. But for the moment, there is some toxicity there, and it's challenging you. So this is not saying have a huge, this is over, this is done, and I'm going to storm off in an explosive one, because as you have stepped into this master role, you recognize that that's not the way things end. When you end things that way, it's too definite. And instead, this is more of a, let's agree to disagree. Let's go walk our own path for a little while. Now, like I said, this is not necessarily about the ending of a romantic relationship. This may be a friendships, and it may be a friendship that just doesn't see things from your perspective anymore. It may be a work colleague that you guys are no longer on the same page with regards to the direction that you're going to take a company or something like that. When that happens, it is time to say, okay, let's agree to disagree. Let's do things differently for a time, and lead by example. And that's why I worked into this particular card and this message that you need to hear right now, Cancer. Lead by example. What does this mean? It means don't go storming off. It means don't go and throw your hands up in the air and storm off and this is the end and we're just going to finalize things. This is about, let's sit down, let's talk about this. This is no longer working for either one of us, and let's make a shift. Let's move into what is unexpected. Okay, let's hope that doesn't fall on the floor. It's in my lap at the moment. And that one is also on the floor. All right. Woo. All right. Okay, so in the unexpected, in the order in which they came out, and for those of you who have not watched my videos before, I do not edit. I expect authenticity if I go and see a psychic. And so that's what I put out there, including not editing my videos. Okay. We have some cards that are a little bit harsh in your unexpected, but it does come about into something positive in the end. So we have the 10 of Swords here. And the Ten of Swords is a card wherein you may feel like you have worked and worked and worked. You've put in a ton of effort and you're just feeling like you're not getting anything back out of it anymore. At the beginning of this reading, did I not say something like that where you felt like you were putting in a lot of work with and you're not being acknowledged? And that's essentially what this card is saying, is that you're feeling unappreciated, which is now bringing us into this three. This Three of Swords is the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords is the ending of something that you may be emotionally attached to. A relationship of some kind. And like I said, now we're getting into the nitty gritty, and it is kind of unexpected because this is in your unexpected influences and insights. This is indicating there is an ending on the horizon. Is that a bad thing? You are releasing a toxic relationship. So no, it's not a bad thing. We are getting into the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is a card indicating that you have the skills and whatever it takes in order to be able to succeed as you move forward and as you move through this ending of not being appreciated. Moves into the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is the card of hard work, and your hard work is going to be recognized, which leads us into the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is a card indicating a positive outcome. Nine of Cups leads into the Ten of Cups, which leads into the King of Pentacles, the abundance card. Cancer, there is a relationship. Whether you see it now as you're watching this video at the end of October or not, there is a relationship that is not necessarily in your best interest right now. Like I said, I am not seeing that it's an explosive ending. I'm more seeing that it's a let's agree to disagree and we're going to go our separate ways. I do see that it's maybe something that's temporary, because you have grown so much with this MasterCard, and you're seeing things from a different perspective. And when the other person to whom I'm referring to, whoever you are in this relationship with, begins to wake up and see the bigger perspective, that's when you have the possibility of rekindling either the work relationship or romantic relationship. And for some of you, this is just a friendship, and your friend has just gone a different way from you right now. Let's look at final general overall outcome. Final general overall outcome for Cancer for leading into the middle of November. We're just going to reshuffle and see what comes out. Okay, the Justice card. Justice card is also, in this particular deck, it corresponds as well to the Balance card. And so this is indicating that by the middle of November, you have the Justice card and you have the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is about opposing goals, right? Clearly, if there's an ending to a relationship, because you're not on the same page, which is what I said, because you have grown more quickly than your partner, friend, family, and so on. Ultimately, balance will come about. The number 8 in the traditional tarot is the Balance card, and ultimately justice will come about and balance is going to come to pass. But this is a process that you're going to need to go through at this time, Cancer. And like I said, I I'm seeing, I'm sensing, I'm feeling that this is temporary. This separation, this Lover's card coming up in your difficult influences, this Three of Swords, it's letting go of something that no longer serves your highest good anyway. And if it is permanent, it's because it's meant to be permanent, because it's toxic. And if it's not permanent, it is because the other person is catching up to where you're at in your spiritual growth right now, Cancer. All right. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to end your reading right now. And I just want to say I appreciate each and every one of you. Again, if you would like to book a personal consultation with me, my contact information is down below. And I hope that you will give me the honor of doing your next reading in the middle of November.